The woke BBC go after Idris Elba for not being diverse enough. The TV license continues to lose money, and a Labour MP wants to abolish the rich. Another day and another woke attack on our culture. Now it's the BBC's diversity chief. Yeah, they have a diversity chief who's come out to attack Idris Elba, the actor, specifically his TV character, Luther, for basically being white because he's not oppressed enough. He's a successful man, the character. So apparently because he doesn't have many friends who are non-white on a TV show. Yeah. And he doesn't eat Caribbean food. So, yeah, he's basically white. Yeah. So this is the big issue that we have with Miranda Wayland, who's the head of the diversity department on the BBC, saying that, well, this just needs to be cancelled. This is just terrible. This doesn't represent people. Sure. And so now bosses are now looking to the way they portray minority groups in a more convincing way. This is the most disgusting thing I've heard, because what they're basically saying is that considering they've spent, £100 million of taxpayers' money on this diversity program for the next 3 years, what they're saying is that Idris Elba's character, Luther, who, wears a nice suit, he behaves in a normal way, and he eats pizza and pasta, and he has friends who are diverse, some are white, some are non-white. Apparently, that's not representative. So what you should do instead, according to the BBC, is that, if people are from different backgrounds, different skin color, you have to show the worst version, because that's what they are. This is what they're saying. That's what they're implying. Saying that, Idris Elba's Luther character is not wearing, hoodies, or he's not walking in a certain way or talking in a certain way, or again, eats Caribbean food, then, he's just, he's not black enough. That's basically what it is. This is really, really bad. If you look at the deep message in this, is that they want people in certain groups to remain the way they are. They don't want to see success. They don't want to see, again, this fictional character, Luther, to be successful, because that's only for white people, apparently. And the rest should just, always remain at the bottom of society. Now, Miranda has come out to say that when Luther first came out, everybody loved the fact that Idris Elba was in there, a really strong black character lead. We all fell in love with him. Who didn't, right? But after you got into about the second series, you got kind of like, okay, he doesn't have any black friends, he doesn't eat any Caribbean food, he doesn't feel authentic. What is authentic? I have no idea what's happening here. This is so dangerous, this mentality of putting people in certain boxes and saying you're not allowed to leave your box. This is a class division on a new level. It's basically based on skin color and everything else. So considering last February, Miranda Wayland was appointed to this idiotic role, creative diversity, when the BBC has said this is a key move in its commitment to increasing on diversity. But they did. Luther, the whole show is diverse, from what they wanted. But apparently that's not enough. If you want to have non-white people, you haven't achieved your agenda. You then have to make sure that they dress in a certain way and they eat certain food. Otherwise, it's not enough. Next step will be to just completely cancel white people from being on TV. This is a very, very dangerous route that we are going towards currently. And I'm not surprised that the BBC are losing more license fee payers and the taxpayers who have been funding this organization for a long time, and they've been let down. So they've lost another 200,000 license fee payers recently. So it's gone up actually from 1.5 million to 1.7 million in 2020, and it continues to go up because people have discovered new alternatives. You don't have to completely rely on the BBC anymore. There's Netflix, there's Amazon Prime, there's Apple TV, Disney, there's YouTube. There are a lot of alternative and independent outlets out there. There are also other channels that you can watch. So this is the new age, and the BBC is completely out of date. But when we talk about the woke culture taking over every aspect of our lives, it's not just the media. We know that. We know that they have also taken over academia and also the political system. Now, you would think that the political system is quite diverse when it comes to diversity of thought and ideas. You have people from, right wing, left wing, up, down, center, and everything. But no, because everything is becoming woke. And now we have Claudia Webb, the Labour MP, who's come out to say that Earth is overpopulated. Okay, good start. Well done. There are too many rich people. I mean, what's that got to do with anything? So, Earth is overpopulated, even though it's not, because the issue that we have is that you have a lot of groups of people living in the same areas. If you actually go around and use the rest of the planet, it would not look overpopulated. So that's one problem. Secondly, it's overpopulated, so it's the rich people's fault. To solve the climate crisis, the rich must be abolished. This is serious. This is an actual, policy idea that Claudia has. I am not really sure. We need to read the white paper on this to see how she plans to wipe out a big chunk of society. I don't know how she plans to do it. Is it going to be acceptable behavior to get rid of people? But considering she's an MP, she is rich. She's on minimum £80,000. On top of it, a lot of bonuses. On top of it, obviously expenses and a lot of side work that she does, and her friends as well. So I'm guessing she wants to cancel herself. But it's not just Claudia Webb. The head of the UN, the General Secretary, has backed her idea. The United Nations believe that we need to abolish a chunk of society because environment matters more than people. So as long as the planet is survived, it doesn't really matter if there are any humans living on it. As long as the trees are here, that's all that matters. The Secretary General said that I urge governments to consider a solidarity or wealth tax. What? On those who have profited during the pandemic. Sure. To reduce extreme inequalities, we need a social contract based on solidarity and investments in education, decent and green jobs, social protection, and health systems. Ooh, okay, maybe we could call it something big. Resetting. Oh, the Great Reset. Maybe we could call it that, right? Just restart everything. Karl Marx would be proud of this policy. Firstly, it makes no sense economically, because any wealth tax or abolishing the rich is just going to hit the whole society. Not only because they pay a lot of, obviously, taxes, even those who still avoid tax, they still pay tax somewhere, but by creating jobs and investments and everything else. But that's not the only issue. If you bring them down, then obviously a lot of ordinary people, the bottom will also be hit. So how are you going to fund their benefit system? How are you going to fund their jobs who have now been destroyed? There's absolutely no logic when it comes to people in charge at a position of power right now, whether it's the UN or the World Economic Forum or our politicians. This is getting completely embarrassing. Now, diversity is more important. Saving the trees, more important. Because even Rupert Murdoch's News UK have gone woke, and they have told all the publications and outlets that belong to News UK, Talk Radio, The Sun, and all the others, to conduct a woke training to become more woke and diverse and understanding and inclusive. Luckily, the people who work in The Sun have decided not to do it. So well done, The Sun journalists and staff, despite the fact that it's not the best paper out there, but it's not the most intellectual paper. But I'm very happy that someone is standing up to this woke culture. So I wonder what's going to happen with News UK and how they're going to react to The Sun journalists boycotting this woke training. Maybe they have to attend another woke training to understand what woke training is, so that they'll be able to attend the woke training. But this is the situation we have. Everything's going to be cancelled. Idris Elba is white, and the trees need to be saved, and the rich must go. That was the update from today's video. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and become a member to get a lot of perks and benefits in return. The link is in the description, or find the join button next to subscribe. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.